Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome once again to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Monday, the 12th of August, 2024. I give God thanks that notwithstanding that there was a murder on the weekend, my spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, is among the thousands of Bahamian citizens who are safe. So Bradley, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
Well, on Saturday, a Negro man, he became the 79th murdered victim when he was discovered behind the pool on East Street South. So, murder continues. On the island of Grand Bahama, there is a demonstration taking place against the proposed 6.3% increase in the electricity bill. But in Harbour Island, a number of Negro people, they have been marching for water and electricity. So that is very interesting. And from the courts, the Chief Magistrate, Roberto Reckley, he has remanded a female prison officer to work to where she is employed. She is charged for conspiracy to commit murder. So he has denied her bail and he has committed her to the King's prison. That's in Foxhill. Isn't it powerful? That is where she has been remanded. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. We'll be talking about Donald Trump Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and at the top of the news is the fact that a female prison guard has been arraigned before the chief magistrate, that's Roberta Reckley. She is charged with conspiracy to commit murder. So she works at the King's prison. That's Fox Hill. She's arraigned today for conspiracy to commit murder. The Lane chief magistrate denied her bail, and his worship then remanded her to work. That's the Fox Hill prison. So that is going to be exciting. I can't wait to see the minister responsible for national security, that's Wayne Monroe, because legally it's the minister who's responsible for the prison. So it would be interesting to note, is she on garden leave? Well, she has been charged. So if she's not on garden leave, this is a new thing now. The question is, how will she be paid? So I may go into the story because it's a beautiful case that took place today, the charging of a female prison officer. Can you imagine that I'm charged with an offense and I'm remanded to the studio? It would be powerful. Bradley Rule, if it pleases you, behold the Commonwealth of the Bahamas,
Yeah, absolutely.
and behold the United States of America,
Wow.
where the election campaign is intensifying, and President Donald Trump has raised some serious allegation in which he has accused the Republican presidential nominee, that is Vice President Kamala Harris, of now stealing his ideas. So it's terrible what is taking place in the United States. There it is, Donald Trump, after weeks, months of thinking out how to improve the economy, how to uplift the working class. He has decided that upon being elected, he's going to move not to tax working class people. And the next thing we know, the Democratic Party and Kamala Harris, they stole his idea. I really hope they would stop it. I really hope they would come up with their own ideas, all right? I'm watching the Americans because President Trump did accuse them of stealing the last election. So I'm watching them to make sure. Now I'm satisfied that they've stolen this wonderful economic idea from President Trump. My spiritual advisor, if it pleases you.
Thanks so much, Sandra. We got a reading today from the book of Luke, chapter 15, 1 through 7, parable of the lost sheep. Reading from the NIV, and here's what the author Luke says. It says, now the tax collectors and sinners were all gathering around to hear Jesus. But the Pharisees and the teachers of the law muttered, this man welcomes sinners and eats with them. And Jesus told them this parable. He said, suppose one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Doesn't he leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? And when he finds it, he joyfully puts it on his shoulder and goes home. And then he calls his friends and neighbors together and says, rejoice with me, I have found my lost sheep. I tell you that in the same way, there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous persons who do not need to repent. Luke chapter 15, 1 through 7, extremely powerful and self-explanatory. I read from the NIV. This is the word of God, and we are thankful to Almighty God for it. Thanks so much, producer. Back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Indeed.
Well, folks, I've told you that there is a female prison officer. She has been arraigned in the magistrate court this morning. She's charged with one count of conspiracy to commit murder, and the chief magistrate, His Worship Roberto Reckley, he denied her bail, and she was committed to His Majesty, that's King Charles III, his prison. So she is remanded to Fox Hill, where she is employed. So I think it is powerful. So I thought I would tell that to you for what it's worth. Meanwhile, on Harbour Island, a number of citizens have been protesting. They have been complaining over inadequate electricity and inadequate water supply. So apparently Harbour Island has been plagued for a long time. As it relates to the electricity, it has been the inefficiency of the new management at BPL. So I don't know if this continue. I'm going to propose to the PLP government that as it relates to Harbour Island, we perhaps should just privatize BPL in Harbour Island so that the people would be independent of Nassau, because I don't know what the hell BPL is doing. And then, of course, Harbour Island has had lots of rain. I don't know how come we have discontinued a practice that my family on the island of Great Abaco have been doing for generations, which is every home there is a water tank built under the foundation to capture water. We don't have this problem on Green Turtle Key. We don't have this problem. We have learned that based on the geographical makeup of that part of the Bahamas, it is better to build water tanks and collect the water because we've had lots of rain. So my spiritual advisor, that is what is going on in Harbour Island.
A matter that needs to be resolved, Senator, as quickly as possible. Come on, man, Senator, this is 2024. You know, we live in modern times now where at least, human dignity should be kept intact, where we can provide the basic necessity for human beings. Well, let's just say, you know, electricity probably just came around within the last 150 years or so. All right, it may not be necessarily the electricity, if I'm saying that correctly, but let's just say water. Come on, man, Santa, man, you know, this shouldn't even be happening. That our people, for some strange reason, are not being provided with the basic necessities in life. And today, electricity is a necessity, because without it, a lot of things won't happen based on this modern society that we live in. Your fridge can't turn on. You can't read your newspapers at night or read your Bible because you don't have any light. You can't use the washing machine. You cannot iron. You cannot watch TV. You can't listen to the radio. You know, I mean, why is this happening? This is just that somebody's dropping the ball, and this needs to be corrected. As a matter of fact, I think I may have seen a demonstration, if I'm not mistaken.
We showed it a few seconds ago.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a little small demonstration. And of course, we saw where even some children got involved in this as well. This is what you call a national disgrace.
Well, the question now arises, what are we going to do with it? I've come up with a personal solution because I have some children living on Harbor Island. So I've called a number of my friends and I've told them this evening, when most of my neighbors in Black Village go to sleep, I'm going to the public pump and I'm going to fill up like 200
To send water to Harbor Island?
to my children. You think
Wow.
I'm going to have children in Harbor Island nagging me, but they ain't got no water to bed up? I told them, I have no fear. I got a big pump in Black Village. I'm going to go to the pump. I'm going to fill up about 200 1-gallon bottle of water. Because you may not believe this. Take this from me. The government water at the public pumps throughout the island of New Providence is some of the best water. And I have reason to suspect that there is a Negro water company who is selling us the government water in disguise. So, I'm going to contact Daybreak. I'm told that there's a boat called the Daybreak, and I'm going to ask the Daybreak to give me a discount. And when I then finish full up, Marcus, my friend Marcus Louis, he's promised me that he will give me a hand. We're going to fill up every bottle. And I then been to my neighborhood. I've been to about 5 neighborhoods, and I said, listen, I need some plastic bottle. I'm going to show everybody how I know how to improvise. I'm going to fill it up, put it on the Daybreak, and send it to Harbor Island so that my children would stop nagging me, but they can't bid.
But who's the MP? Who's the MP for
Harbor Island?
Yeah.
The MP for Harbor Island is Mr. Petty.
Sylvanus Petty.
Yeah.
So, let me ask a question. He is supposed to be fighting his people's cause in the House, right?
Okay.
Right. So, where is he in all this situation?
Has the House met recently?
I don't think so, but where is he, though?
I asked you a question. Has the House met recently? You said that he's supposed to be fighting in the House.
Yeah, man.
But the House is not in session.
Okay.
So,
So how did we get to this? You know, this has to be a problem. It doesn't seem as if it's an overnight problem. But the issue is, how did we get to this? How is it that these people are
really
protesting?
want to know how we got like that?
No, I mean, don't forget now, the PLP is in power. So
yes,
this
the
is all
PLP is in
happening.
power.
This is all happening underneath their
yes, the PLP is in
leadership,
charge.
right? Yes.
Right.
So the
But
question
I
is,
am
why do
telling
we
you,
have people fighting for water and electricity, though?
well, we understand
Wow.
that there is a
This is
problem with
crazy.
BPL. Let's look at it, right? And so, the only thing I will not be able to send to my children them in Harbor Island is electricity. I haven't figured that out. But by grab,
Water, man.
by grab, I'm going to send water from the government pump because the government water is good water. You hear me? It's good water. It's better than the water that we are purchasing in the stores. And I'm going to send it. Okay? I've already given instruction to my friends to fill up. All right? We're going to fill them up. I'm going to put them on the Daybreak, and I'm going to send them to Harbor Island.
That's where the Daybreak goes?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they tell me, and they'll be able to bid.
Yeah, I hope they resolve this
if
matter.
you are living on the island of New Providence and you have children them on the island of Harbor Island and ain't no water, it don't make no sense just cussing. You carry out political action, but you go to the public pump and you send water. See, you have to think. Some people may suggest it is primitive. Some people are going to come up with all kind of suggestion. But what do I do as father? All right? I'm going to fill up those plastic containers. Just fill them right up and boom! Onto Harbor Island. And hopefully I'll send enough so that my children them could share with the people them. And this is powerful.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, hopefully they get it resolved quickly, though.
Yeah. So it's powerful.
Indeed.
Isn't there a similar problem in Eleuthera with
Spanish
the water?
Wells, is it? In Spanish?
No, not Spanish
Wells.
Wells. That can't happen in Spanish Well.
Yeah,
Right?
there's a similar problem in another part of Eleuthera as well.
Yeah.
Where they're having issues with water.
Okay.
with water. But
Well, essentially, those things happen in small societies like this when the government refuse to own many of these infrastructures, except that the government own BPL. But the government should be owning the water company, the light companies, the telephone companies, all because the society is too small. That's why they have the problem in Grand Bahama. The society is too small to privatize, because there are times when the government has to look at the politics of the matter, the socio-economics of the matter, and say, these are the people them, we are the government them. We need to ensure that the people them get the services, and we're going to do it at no cost. It's simple as that. And that is why governments need to run the major infrastructure in small island states. And that's powerful. I thought I'd tell that to you for what it is worth. You have any more criticism of the government?
No, sorry, we're just going to try and get this thing done, man. This is crazy, you know? I mean, especially during the summer where, you know, you need water in particular after getting out in the heat and sweating. You would need water to keep, you know, your human dignity intact, you know? So let's just hope they resolve this quickly or at least before school reopens in September.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Well, the good thing about Harbour Island is it is surrounded by ocean.
You could always take a dive.
You can always take a dive, but
then afterwards you still need fresh water to rinse off.
But we have to be careful
water.
because you notice in Long Island, there is a serious water accident where
a diver,
a number of citizens went to the beach, and one of them apparently decided that he will enter the blue hole and never resurface. So that now becomes a very major issue in Long Island. And you would recall that there have been a number of citizens, a number of prominent citizens who drowned in the blue hole in Long Island. So it's a sad thing. This is Freedom March. God save the people of Harbour Island. God save the people of Long Island. Help and hope are on the way. It's powerful today. I'll be right back after the break. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. I'm going to have him pay some bills first. I want to return to Long Island because there is something mystical about that blue hole. You would recall that a couple years ago, a pastor, perhaps in an attempt, if I do recall it correctly, to rescue his daughters.
2 daughters, yeah.
That did not end correctly. There are many people who don't believe in the magic of the waters, the mysticism of the sea. And so we may have to go back to Dane's Blue Hole because McCarty, I think is his name, my spiritual advisor.
McCarty, yeah.
He would have known the history of the sea and the drop-off point. What would have tempted him to go into the blue hole? It's very mystical. It's very charming. It's magical.
But it's beautiful, Lucinda.
Yeah, and
It's
that's
beautiful.
that's the magic there. Where
Wow.
in the beauty, he's enchanted and lost control of reasoning. Pay bills first, and then we can
Yeah, let's
talk
just
about
do
it.
that. The Work Center, located Rosetta Street across the road from Roberts Furniture, is your one-stop shop for back to school. Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. So come on down and let their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school. The Work Center. Everybody needs money, so why not send money locally and internationally by using Western Union through the Western Union MoneyMax app. Download the MoneyMax app today to send cash instantly to a family member and friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. MoneyMax. Live your max life.
This is powerful.
Indeed.
Well, folks, we thought we'll come back for a few minutes because Long Island is in another state of shock, taking into consideration that a well-known preacher some years ago, his 2 daughters may have contributed to him losing his life. I don't remember. But you would recall that there was a serious drowning incident at that same blue hole. So the history of the blue hole is well known to the people of Long Island, and notwithstanding that, this man decided to leave the safetyness of the beach and then enter an area where the blue hole is designated. But if you're sober, you ought to recognize it. If you're drunk, you may not. I'm not suggesting that he was. If you are on drugs, you may not. I'm not suggesting that he was on it, but I find it rather enchanting that with all that information, since he is from Long Island, how is it that he could have made this mistake and enter this mysterious blue hole, which appears, if you're not skilled, if you're not well trained, once you enter it, you are entrapped. And the next thing you know, you go into a state of panic. And then, of course, it's not very good for people who've just passed their 50s, into their 60s, into their 70s. What I'm saying is not scientific. So you do not have to accept what I'm saying. I'm not a scientist. I'm being mystical. And in my mysticism, there are powerful water forces which can cause these mystical things to happen. And I'm a man of mysticism. I'm a man who believes in all kind of strange things. And something is strange about that blue hole. I don't want to say it because to reveal my thinking, it might be offensive to those who are the victims of that blue hole. Save that I shall say one thing about it. The last well-known person to have gone down was a man who was a Christian. My spiritual advisor, you have any comments?
Yeah, Senator, I mean, as you look at this blue hole, the producer has put the picture up quickly. It's extremely beautiful. I'm understanding that the demographics of this is that this blue hole could stretch as deep as 600 and maybe 70 or 80 feet. I'm trying to figure out if this hole actually goes back out to the ocean.
It does.
That's what the problem is.
It goes back to the ocean.
But you know, Sandra, this is such a lovely sight, right?
It's beautiful.
But I'm saying, it seems that there's enough for you to just stay around and enjoy the beach end of it. And even where the blue hole is, you can swim. As you can see, you can swim in a particular area, but then as you venture out
of it, you can
swim and enjoy yourself.
But once
as you venture
enter,
in,
yeah, it will suck you down.
You think so? Mm-hmm. Sandra, you think so?
Yeah, my spiritual advisor, it will suck you down.
Well, that's the kind of hole you gotta stay away from, eh? You don't want a hole with a suck in.
You're not well trained, you panic, you will end up.
But don't we have international professional divers who come to the Bahamas and they go into that hole?
And what do we call them?
Oh, professional divers. Okay.
What you said they were?
International. They white people.
These Caucasian people and these Negro people, they don't know nothing about swimming.
Oh, man.
Right? You know, for years, I was confused about swimming.
But you know what's interesting, though?
Yeah.
It does seem as if it's a very beautiful part of the Bahamas. The geography of it, it's
every
beautiful,
blue hole,
right?
We have two blue holes.
So why
here.
don't they put up signs? Why don't they erect signs to get people to understand the danger of either getting into it?
Every Long Islander, no.
That's besides the point.
Are you listening to me?
That's besides the point.
Okay.
They should have signs erected.
So where do you want the sign to be placed?
Look, producer, you can put the photo. We're sorry we're working so hard today, producer. Forgive us. But if you could put signs up, there's enough. There's enough real estate there to erect signs.
Drawing that took place.
Look at that.
The last drawing who took place there. Who was the member of parliament?
I don't know. I have to Google that. I have to Google the date of the last drawing. You mean this recent one?
The one prior to the disappearance of McCarthy.
I couldn't tell you.
Adrian Gibson.
Gibson? Okay. But there is enough.
And Adrian Gibson, as the member of parliament, he exercised good judgment by staying far from there.
From the blue hole.
Okay?
It is beautiful, though.
It is beautiful.
It's a beautiful
enchanted
sight to see. Wow.
Okay? And then don't forget, one of our problems is we have refused to believe the old stories and mythology. You may not be aware of it, but I'm a descendant of Long Island. I'm an Adderley.
How so?
I'm an Adderley out of Long Island. And we have been taught that there are mermaids in that blue hole. But the people,
that's a myth.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it's a myth.
That is why none of the Adleys have disappeared. We believe the myth. We believe there's mermaids there. We believe if we jump in there, the mermaid can catch us.
Okay.
So we stay away. The rest of them who don't believe it,
they go in.
They disappear.
So this last incident, the young man was diving, right? Was he not?
I'm not sure what the heck he was doing. All I know is he, like hundreds of Long Islanders, they know that that is a very dangerous place, and blue holes do lead to the ocean.
Okay, and we don't want to appear the same insensitive, so you want to
Well,
send
I'm not being
do you want to send our
insensitive.
condolences to the family?
Go ahead, my
Yeah, we
spiritual
want to
advisor.
send our condolences to the McCarty family who would have lost their loved one as a result of this incident. We pray that God would be with them and their family this time as they mourn their lost one.
I joined the
Their loved one,
spiritual
sorry. As they
advisor
mourn their
in
their
extending
loved one.
condolences, but here on the island of New Providence, I'm thinking about two mermaid pools. There's one.
Yeah, where's the other blue hole?
One is right here at
Aron
Aron
Bailey
Bailey
Park?
Park. The
People
other,
are swimming that though.
yeah, the other one is on Mermaid Boulevard in
Carmichael Road.
yeah
That's-
in,
that's-
in,
that's
in
still-
Golden
that still
Gates.
exists?
Of course, Golden Gates number 2.
Yeah,
It's
I've
still
heard
there.
about that.
Yeah,
I've heard about
it's-
that.
It's not too far from your father's place,
Okay,
and
That's
it's
interesting.
still there.
okay.
And so there have been times when people went into those and they ran into problem. I think the one at Aron Bailey was well known for murder.
But that one seemed
All right.
to have some things erected around it.
Yes, that
obviously
and the one
warning you.
in Golden Gates number 2.
They have something around it as
Yeah,
well.
my good
Okay.
friend Brother Jacks, he lives
Okay.
just down the road from it.
From that. What do they call it?
They call that one the Mermaid Pool.
Okay.
And Jack's is just down the road from Jack's. And when I visit Jack's, I said to Jack's, let's go to the Mermaid Pool.
Can you swim in it?
Well, I was about to jump in it.
Not you. No, you can't get in that because you can't swim.
I was young.
Oh, okay.
And Jack said to me, not to swim in it. So I asked him why. He said, because if you start to drown, I'm not sure I'm going to come for you.
Oh, wow.
So I said, okay, Brother Jack.
Yeah, well, that's very unfortunate.
I'm not going to go in the Mermaid Pool.
Right, so we need to speak to the Member of Parliament for this particular constituency to make sure they have proper signage erected.
Who is the Member of Parliament?
This is in this Mermaid Pool. Dane's Mermaid Pool is in where? Long Island?
Yes.
Okay, so that'll be Adrian Gibson.
When last have you heard about Adrian Gibson?
Adrian Gibson is
I've never seen a
he's in
case
so
like
much
this
trouble.
in all my life. Adrian Gibson is supposed to be tried in the Supreme Court. And it appears that after weeks and months of trial, Adrian is on vacation. And I walk up and down around the court and I would ask, anybody know if Adrian case is going on? And they would say, we're not allowed to say. So I sneak around, I peep through a window. I don't see anybody. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. But I call on the people of Long Island to organize, to put up signs
Yes, please do.
so that we could stop having these kind of accidents.
And then to understand the risk involved, and rightfully so, the name suggests blue hole. If you look at the photo, it really is, in fact, a blue hole. Wow.
And of course, remember, we, the Bahamian people, we don't go indoors, okay? Our blue holes
That's beautiful.
are for foreigners.
You know, I'm really impressed with that sound. This is the first time I've really seen it.
Really?
Yeah, on a photo. I'm impressed with that. I must go to Long Island, Sandra, and visit this blue hole.
Will you make sure that when you're going...
Well, I'm a very good swimmer. Don't forget,
I know you're a good swimmer,
I read this in the
but
Lessons College.
go with your... with your life jacket.
Yeah, one of the first things they teach us
Hello?
is to swim. So
You know I'm on TV. You're calling me from Long Island?
No, I'm calling you to tell you there's a blue hole in Foxhill.
You all have one in Foxhill?
Yes, through the police station corner down in the back there.
where?
By the police?
Yes.
Really? You must organize someone to take me on a tour so that I may see that.
You can also enter Vessel Road leading from... I'm going to call you back when you're off the phone.
All right,
Call me
thank you.
back and see who all you could organize to take
I'm
me.
going to call you.
Yeah, but I want to say it publicly because I want the people of Foxhill to know that I would like to see the blue hole. Does it have a name?
No, I can't remember.
Well, if it doesn't have a name, I may have to name it after me.
Where in Foxhill
May I
is this?
name it?
Good will. Please come to Foxville tomorrow also.
Yes, what time is the Foxhill event starting?
It starts at 11 o'clock at St. Paul's.
Do you know if the Prime Minister is coming down?
Definitely they should be there.
Okay, and
Then they would be visiting the other Baptist churches.
okay, and all right, I'd like to come. Are y'all cooking tomorrow?
No, we serve switcher, which is limeade.
Switcher? I can't have
Yeah.
switcher for lunch. There's no Foxhill food.
I didn't hear you.
Will you have Foxhill food on Tuesday? Tomorrow?
On the parade, it's for sale though.
Yeah, it's for sale, but I'm leader.
All kind of food,
I-
fritters and everything would be there.
Listen, I'm leader of the woman them. When I show up,
And I just wanted a woman. I can call you when you're off air.
but
Thank
when I
you so
come,
much.
I'd like to have, something native,
Something
perhaps
free.
something cooked by the Congo people. How that
Free.
sound?
Okay.
I thank you. You're a wonderful woman.
Okay.
God bless you.
All right.
Yeah, they're saying there's one to Step Street in
Yeah.
Foxhill.
So-
So I guess that leads out to the ocean.
Of
as well.
course.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, I had to go and see that. I thank that lady for calling me to remind me that tomorrow is Foxhill Day. I have to go to Foxhill, and I'd like for thousands of people to meet me in Foxhill because they're gonna have a lot of food there. They're gonna have a lot of wonderful time. There's gonna be good security. The Prime Minister, he's gonna be down there. Other members of the cabinet is gonna be there. The Governor General is expected to be there. And of course, everybody knows that the Member of Parliament is the Foreign Affairs Minister and Chairman Fred Mitchell. So I have to go there because for Emancipation Day, I didn't have any Foxhill food. And I would like to eat from members of the Congo tribe. And I'll tell you why. The Haitians reminds me why. The Haitians love what they call pois Congo. And that's pigeon peas, which is from the Congo in Africa. And every time I'm among the Haitian people, they make sure that if any peas I'm gonna eat, it's gonna be pois Congo. So when I get into Congo Town tomorrow, I want to be taken to the Congo people. I might even go in my African dress, take off this coat, and go with my spear and my shield and have some fun. But we can go back to Long Island.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
Blue Holes.
to
We
just
now
make
know
sure-
that there's one in Step Street, right?
Yeah. It's a separate Foxhill, yeah.
Okay.
But the reality is that I mean, it doesn't seem as if there were too many incidents of drowning, but to prevent this Blue Hole here, this
Which one?
McCarty is the latest one, right? I haven't heard anything prior to him within the last 2 years.
Okay.
Have you not? But still, if they have proper signage erected, getting folks to understand the risk involved, and of course the danger with not being able to swim, and they should avoid getting into the water if they can near this Blue Hole. They should have signs erected to protect, to protect lives. Because I mean, it is a beautiful beach, and it does seem as if there are other spots that you could actually swim without getting near to this Blue Hole. And we hope incidents like this doesn't happen again in the future, Sandra.
Yeah, it's a very sad and tragic thing. We've had many swimming accidents. Where I live in Black Village, just to the south of us is Big Pond. It's a beautiful pond where there has been many, many years ago, nothing in the last 40 years, where a lot of young men went there to swim and they drowned. So it's a beautiful pond. I'm trying not to talk about it because I do not want the Russian representative in the Bahamas to become aware that there's a lot of mangroves growing in Big Pond. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Russian exploit Anthony Ferguson, Anthony Ferguson and Alexis what? Whatever the Greek man name. there.
With money, Alexa?
Money, Alexo. I'm trying to hide Big Pond from them because Mr. Ferguson claims that he could raise millions of dollars from carbon credit. And if he was to go into Big Pond and see what the young men have done, the young men of Big Pond, they have protected the mangrove. The mangrove has grown lushly. I want to keep them far from Big Pond. And I call on the people of Big Pond, if they see Fred Ferguson and Manny Alexo, call me so I could come with my camera and take their pictures for TV. And this will be powerful. Isn't it amazing? Oh boy, what a wonderful day in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Well, folks, when I come back, I have to talk about what is going on in the United States because everybody knows that I'm a part of the MAGA movement. That's Make America Great Again. And our candidate from the Bahamas branch, this is the Bahamas branch, our candidate is Donald John Trump. He is the presidential candidate. His running mate is J.D. Vance. And from the Democratic Party, you know, it is Vice President Kamala Harris. And her running mate happens to be the governor of one of the states. His name is Tim Walz. So it's great fun taking place in the United States. The Americans are participating. Plenty of money is being raised and so forth. But Donald Trump has revealed that Kamala Harris and her running mate, that's Governor Tim Walz, has stolen his wonderful economic ideas. And one of the greatest idea that Donald Trump campaign has come up with is that he will move upon being elected as president to stop the federal government from taxing tips, from taxing gratuity. So whatever your gratuity is, either as a maid, a bartender, working in the casino, whatever tips you get, the federal government will no longer be able to tax you. Isn't that wonderful? I was so moved when I heard that. And the next thing we know, Mrs. Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party, according to Mr. Trump, they have stole his idea. It's just amazing how campaigning is so unfair. Elections are it's so unfair. And so all of Donald Trump's idea, they're stealing. So we here who are in the free world, those of us who have put aside racism, and that's what I continue to ask the Negro people to do. Will the Negro people stop racism? Okay? We're not playing race. Okay? We're supporting Donald Trump. Who are we supporting? Donald Trump. And the Republican Party. Because all the Christian principle Donald Trump believes in. Okay? And I don't think I have enough time to show you a powerful video that has come out of the United States that every Negro must see. So if you are, turn it up.
In trouble if this nation picks Kamala Harris. We must stop this crime that is happening. It's a war crime that Obama is directing, and Kamala Harris will be the cackling hyena that just listens and repeats. If we do not stop this horror, you, my friends, will have the biggest horror that you will not know how to end. We must all see this truth, become one with this understanding that God will guide us with words of wisdom, that we may understand that Donald Trump will make any sacrifice to save America. We the people are in danger. And we must vote for President Trump because he will save this nation. And the left are all afraid of his strength because he is only for the people. He's not for the power, for the greed, the lies, or wanting to destroy one's hard-earned earnings. We must stop this madness now. Our children are in danger. The left is trying to take away your children and turn them into non-binaries. You all on the left, the ones who are my peers that preach, you all know who you are. What have you all learned in this life? Have you learned the lessons that will bring you to the higher place of eternity?
This is Freedom March. God save the United States of America. God save Donald Trump. Fight, fight, fight. Fight, fight, fight. Let's make America great. Let's make America great. Fight, fight, fight. Donald Trump, all the way. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Road is my spiritual advisor. And of course, this is the point when we do birthdays. So Bradley?
Let's see here. Thank you so much, Sandra. I'm just now already distracted with some really nice photos here of this blue hole. But let's do this. Everything that I asked for has been given to me, so now I'm understanding some things. All right, but let's do these birthdays first, and then we could go back to this blue hole situation. Ken Aubrey. Happy birthday to the firstborn Ken Aubrey Stubbs in Freeport, celebrating 56 years today. Blessing is coming from his mother, Ina Rule Stubbs, his sister Meredith Stubbs Henfield, and family, Omar Stubbs, and friends in Florida, sisters Clarence and Kim, brothers Robert Shane Vine Stubbs in Nassau, families in Bimini, Freeport as well. So they love you, Ken. Enjoy your day. All the best to you. We hope you live to enjoy many, many more. Ken Aubrey. Micheline Mitchell. Happy birthday to you. It's coming from your husband Daniel, your mother Verna Russell, your 3 daughters, and 1 grandson, your mother-in-law, your brothers. Enjoy your day. They love you. Happy birthday, Micheline Mitchell. All right, but I see Micheline Michelle Russell Mitchell, whatever. Is that it? Okay, I'm sorry. Micheline Russell Mitchell. Okay, so what else we have here? Listen, Southern Shores is having a back-to-school extravaganza. All right, so Southern Shores constituency, of which I'm a part of, my member of parliament is Leroy Major. They're having a back to the old school, back to school. Producer, is that saying back to the old school, back to school? Okay, so prizes, games, food, drinks, chicken in the bag. That sounds interesting. Cup, baggy, and salty. Oh, I see why he's calling it a back to the old school, back to school. All right. School supply giveaway. So location is going to be the Anatole Rogers High School. The date, of course, is Saturday, August the 17th. I assume that's this weekend. The time is 3 to 6 p.m. Highest GPA to be announced. Primary, junior, and senior high school. Coupon must be presented to redeem school packages. So the Member of Parliament for Southern Shores, Leroy Major, is going to have a Southern Shores constituency back to the old school, back to school extravaganza, where prizes, games, food, drinks, chicken in the bag, cup, baggy, salty, school supply giveaway will be held. The venue, the location is the Anatole Rogers High School. Of course, the date is this coming Saturday, August 17, 2024. Get the time right now, folks. Producer, my eyes can't see that far. It's at 3 to 6 p.m.? All right, so the time is 3 to 6. And of course, the highest GPA to be announced, primary, junior, and senior school. Thank you so much, producer. What do you have, Sandra?
Well, folks, there is this medical fundraising event for Clyde Beckford, and that is scheduled for the 15th of September. And, you know, he's not been well. And, of course, members of his family would like for you to support it, okay? And it is going to be held at the
New Life
Ministries.
Faith Avenue?
Yes, New Life Ministries, Faith Avenue.
Okay.
So
Clyde Beckford.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's help Clyde Beckford, and that is very, very powerful. Mr. Producer, that special birthday that you just played, will you do that one more time so the spiritual advisor will read that one more time for us, please?
All right, so this is Clyde.
No, this birthday here. Go ahead. Say happy birthday. Go ahead.
Just give me a second, Sandra.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I get this person's name correct.
Yeah.
Is this Micheline?
Yeah.
Micheline Mitchell?
Russell?
Russell?
Yeah. Isn't that what you said?
Russell isn't here. Okay, forgive me, folks, but what I can see here.
Russell Mitchell.
Okay, where is it?
Just repeat what he says.
Okay, her name is who? Micheline Russell Mitchell? All right, but that is not on this thing here. That's the problem.
Just repeat what he says.
Okay, so happy birthday to Micheline Russell Mitchell. Happy birthday to Micheline Russell Mitchell. Is that good enough?
Yes, my spiritual
Good.
advisor. Happy birthday, Micheline Russell Mitchell. This is powerful. Thank you.
You know, we soon start charging for these, right?
Push la. Okay, so where are we now?
Producer,
You want to go back to...
let's go back to the Blue Hole. I got some information. And you know, it's interesting, how ironic, that the Danes actually sent me this information, that there are signs that are erected at this Blue Hole. And if I could read what the sign says, it says, warning, warning, Danes Blue Hole is one of the deepest holes in the world. It suddenly plunges to a depth of 663 feet deep. So they caution you. They say there's no lifeguard on duty. They say they want you to swim at your own risk. And they say, please keep children and non-swimmers on the sand bank where the water is shallow. Anyone who's not a competent swimmer should not attempt to swim in or near the Blue Hole. All right, so that answers my question, because I was just wondering if this thing is such a
I
dangerous
told
place.
you, my spiritual advisor,
had to have
that there are
signs somewhere.
forces that suck you in.
I'm not. That's not my concern. My concern was
What's
the
your concern?
signage,
Yes.
to make sure there's
So
signs
there is
erected.
sign, and the people of Long Island are aware of it.
Right.
There's a lot of mysticism and there's a lot of magic. I don't want to talk about it. I don't
Right.
want to tell you about the bodies that have disappeared in
You
that
serious?
hole.
Wow.
All right? I don't want to do
But
that.
it's such a lovely scene,
It's-
you know?
Yeah,
it's
and
beautiful.
the people are lovely and so forth. All right? I don't want to go into the mysticism. I don't want to talk about the suspicions. I don't
Yeah.
want to cause police investigation. The next thing you know, the police go there to investigate and they drown.
Yeah.
All right?
All right, so
Yeah.
yeah, we thank the Danes so much for sending me this information.
Yeah,
so yes,
we-
there is enough signage there that warns you to make sure that you stay safe. And if you can't swim, just stay near the sand area and enjoy the scenery and the turquoise water. All right, we can move on.
So, a man was found shot to death in South Beach. He became the 79th murder victim. Police are investigating a fatal shooting in South Beach that has raised the year's murder count to 79. Around 2:30 p.m. on April 10th, not April 10th, August 10th. 2:30 p.m. on August 10th, police received reports of an unresponsive Negro man lying in a ditch near a dirt road off Holiday Drive, leading to South Beach Canals. Officers found the victim with multiple gunshot wounds to his upper torso. Emergency medical services found no sign of life. Witnesses reported that the man was last seen walking with another Negro person shortly before gunshots were heard. The victim, whose identity has not yet been released, is described as having a medium brown complexion and black low-cut hair. He was wearing a white undershirt, dark jeans, and black and white tennis shoes. Police are still investigating the 77th and 78th murders of the year following a double shooting outside a nightclub in Grand Bahama around 3 a.m. on March 7. An armed suspect opened fire on two Negro men outside a club on East Sunrise Highway. And of course, Anton Swain, one of the victims, died from his injuries around 9 a.m. the following morning. A relative described the 56-year-old as a dedicated father and U.S. Army veteran from the Gulf War. Swain, who had been raised in New York, was deported back to the Bahamas after committing petty theft in the U.S. at the time of his death. So this was a citizen who grew up in the United States. They sent him to war. The war had a psychological effect on him. So when he returned to the United States, he started thieving, petty crimes. So they sent him back to Nassau. I think they were wrong to do that. Any foreigner who lives in the United States, volunteer to go to war, returns, start doing petty crimes, the U.S. government had a duty to psychoanalyze him and to provide him with the necessary mental health care. But that was not to be. He was sent here and he ended up dying. Well, the second Negro man, he also subsequently died. So they had charged someone for Mr. Swain's death. Now they have to amend the charge to murder for the second person who died. So that is what is taking place here in the country. Meanwhile, you would recall that I told you of the female prison guard. She has been charged for conspiracy, and I was trying to figure out what they did with her. She was not given garden leave. She was interdicted. So that's a very powerful word. She was interdicted, and by that interdiction, she will get half pay. And I don't know. I wanted to say it publicly, but maybe I can't say it because the man in charge of the prison is my minister, and he may not like me saying that since they have sent her to prison, to remind her, we might as well let her work for the full salary if she's getting half pay and is going to be in prison. One of them have improved the kitchen. I don't know if I should be talking this talk. And they've improved the quality of the food. Okay? I'm not saying that to encourage any woman to go to jail, but the food has been improved. I was up to the prison. I could smell from where I was. I was like in the area where they're going to build this big block manufacturing. And at one point, Marcus asked me what I was doing, because like I walk away from everybody. So I said, Marcus, please don't ask me anything. I just went into the breeze and I started sniffing. Man, they do some damn good cooking at the prison. I'm happy that I'm 67. Can you imagine if I was younger? I might have had to take a weekend at the prison because that food smelled good. So that's what Monroe them are doing. Obviously, they got a lot of good onions there because I could smell the onion, frying. And
Good food at the prison.
yeah,
You're delusional, man.
I'm not delusional. You ever been to jail?
Don't believe that for a minute.
Have you ever been to jail?
I've visited there a couple
Well,
of times.
I've been to prison, and
They don't cook no good food at them, man.
My brother, I've been to prison.
That's the jail.
And my first day at the prison, they brought to me a tub full of white rice. I've never
Yeah,
seen
we heard the story.
white rice in a tub. And what I like about that tub, it was a number 3 tub. Have you ever seen
It's nothing to
white
joke
rice?
about, man.
What do you mean?
They can hardly cook
Oh,
in
what
the
you want me to
prison.
do?
That's why some of the
They
prisons,
bought.
they're not being reformed. That
They-
place is a hellhole, man.
What do you want me to do? I
The
arrived
prison is a
at the
national
prison,
disgrace.
and not
if you
only
ask me.
did they bring me a number 3 tub of white rice, guess who was about to save me? A Conky Joe man. And I looked at the Conky Joe man. I said, you a Conky Joe? He said, yeah, but don't say that on your show. Man, I laughed. So I said, why must I not say it? He said, man, if you can cause them to brutalize me. And he bought me a DNA blanket, brand new green blanket. That's when I knew that our party, the DNA, had great influence at the prison, but Brian gone give up the party. All right? If Brian had not given up the party, we would have been the official opposition by now. But Brian gone give up the party. I don't know why Brian don't resurrect the DNA and let us leave the FNM and form our third force and then become the second force.
Well,
And that
that's
would
it.
be powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw a very interesting comment on Facebook.
What is that?
I wouldn't call the person name, but you're correct. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to raise this subject about the
I'm correct about
comparison.
what?
The comparison between the food in the prison and the hospital is one and the same. They're both very bad food.
Where are they cooking the hospital food?
I don't know where they're cooking it, but the food is bad at the
Where
hospital.
are they cooking the hospital food?
Where are they cooking it?
They're cooking the hospital food just across from where you have your food.
What you talking about now?
What did you raise just now?
The hospital food is bad. The
Do you know where they're
hospital food in
cooking the
prison-
hospital food?
Where they cooking it? They don't have a, they don't have a
Opposite-
kitchen?
I want you to listen to me, Negro.
Relax, man. This
They're
don't need
cooking.
to don't get personal with
I'm
this.
getting personal because you want to attack Dr. Michael
The
Darville.
hospital food is man, Santa,
I want you to
this,
stop
man.
it.
Stop this, man. Stop this, okay? Stop it. Listen, I had a sister. As a matter of fact, I have a sister who was ill, and I had to visit on numerous occasions at the hospital.
And what happened?
And she complained about how bad, not only her, but the people around her.
My spiritual
The hospital
advisor,
food is terrible.
what time is
Why
she
would
s-
they cook that terrible food to feed them? They're
What
all
ti-
trying to kill these people
You
in
stop
the
that.
hospital,
That-
man.
that is not
All
totally true.
terrible food,
I
man.
have been. I want to reveal a secret to you.
You know what the problem is with the
I
hospital,
have
right?
been going to the Princess Margaret Hospital most Sundays undercover and eating in the cafeteria.
Yeah, that food must be different. They cook that different. They
All right.
sell that, you see? That's the problem.
No.
They cook that food to sell.
Which
but the
day
they give to
which day they serve your sister?
every day.
Well, I will come to, which day they serving her again?
Well, she's discharged.
To the
now.
Princess Margaret
And
Hospital,
she's
I
happy.
shall be
She
coming.
don't have to eat that terrible
To
food,
inspect.
man. Why they don't hire professional cooks to cook the food for
They
the
have
hospital?
professional cooks
They
there.
have professional cooks,
Take it from
man.
me. They have professional cooks
Food
there.
tastes terrible, man.
You
The
just
food is
ain't,
horrible.
you just ain't used to food without salt.
Jesus,
Depending
almighty.
on what kind of patient you are, no salt is put in your food.
Now, I'll tell you one thing. Come a second.
Go ahead.
When I was sick with COVID, right? And I was at that
So Beach.
Nah, that food is pretty good. Now I don't know who's cooking that food.
And that was good because you had
That-
COVID.
that food is pretty
you
good.
You couldn't taste.
Right? It ain't that. I could have tasted. Don't forget now, I didn't eat for a few days. I didn't eat for the first 4 or 5 days. But then as my appetite slowly got back and I could taste again, the food was pretty good. But that food, Dr. Darville, the food at the hospital.
Did you taste
Give me
the
a second,
food?
man.
Did you taste the food that
Give
your
me a
sister
second.
ate?
Give me a
the
second.
food for the
Give me a second.
hospital, if they've not changed it,
Dr. Darville.
is opposite
Dr.
where
Darville.
you sit every morning to eat breakfast. You heard what I just said?
Where I sit every morning to eat breakfast.
You
like
just
that?
think about it.
That's where they cooking that food?
All right? Okay? So, what you could do tomorrow, you and I,
That ain't not true.
just test it. Tomorrow, you and I will show up and we will ask them. We will say to
That
them,
ain't no true, man, Santa.
just listen to me.
So that ain't true. That ain't true.
Just listen to me.
No, I don't believe that.
Listen to me. You and I will show up, and I will say to them, "Is this the government food?" And when they tell me it's government food, I will say to them, "I want some of the government food."
Jesus. Wow.
All right?
The hospital food is horrible, though. Hands down. Horrible food. Dr. Davel, please, man, you stop feeding these patients this terrible food, man. Hire people who can cook.
My spiritual
People
advisor,
who
you're
are
not being fair.
to cook in
You're not being
bulk.
fair.
Don't hire people who
You're not
only
being
know
fair.
how to cook in a small pot.
You're not being fair.
Hire people
Each
who are professional cooks
patient
who know
is
how to
fed
cook
depending
from large
on
group of
what
people.
his issue is.
Yes, I
Don't forget,
understand
the
that.
government had me at Doctor's Hospital, you know.
But somebody raised another issue about hospital
Goodness
and
me.
food. I think they're saying that the equipment that is used to cook the food has some very serious issues.
Why don't
And
you,
that's created
why
a-
don't you
that's-
let me
that has created
arrange
a
for you
problem.
to inspect the kitchen?
Yes, let's do that.
All
But
right?
the hospital food is terrible, all right?
No.
There are many
No.
complaints
you're not being fair.
about the hospital food.
You're not
You
being
need
fair.
to change your cooks, man. They're
You're not
terrible.
being fair.
Anyhow.
I happen to have been a patient at Doctor's Hospital. The issue.
Oh, that's different. That
I
food
want
is
you.
excellent. Whew.
You don't know what I'm talking
My
about.
Lord.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
They got good
The
cooks there.
issue of food arose. I then sent for the chief physician, and I said to the chief physician, "Is it possible that I can meet with the chef?" They sent me 2 chefs. One, I suspect, was my people. And the doctor couldn't understand why I went off. All I said under my breath is, "Do not let the doctor know that you and I are members of the same tribe." And a distinguished Negro lady. And we had a private chat, and everything went perfect. Okay? So I want you to stop it and stop repeating
Now, obviously,
the F&M
no. This is
propaganda,
no propaganda.
because you did
Senator,
it.
I can.
You did it on Friday.
Watch this. Watch this.
And I pretended that I wasn't
Miss
aware
Sandra.
that it was the F&M
Miss
who
Sandra.
told you that Robert Resco was before the 1984 Commission of Inquiry, when Robert Resco was not before the Commission of Inquiry.
Miss Sandra.
But I sat right
But
here
Miss
and I
Sandra,
watched the F&M sending
he
you
was a part of
that
it.
message.
Yeah, he had.
That's a lie.
He had some money that was being.
That's a lie.
They used him to bait
All right.
a lot of government officials.
My spiritual advisor
All right.
pulled a dirty trick. Him and my party, the F&M, with me sitting here, right? Because he assumes that I can't see. And the F&M began
Robert
to give
Vesconi never
him.
came up. Robert Vesconi
Just
never came
relax
up
for a second.
in the commission
The
inquiry.
F&M began to give him counter arguments. And so I looked and I was shocked. I said, "My God, I can't believe that my party is helping the spiritual advisor to dishonestly undermine my argument." So this morning, when
They
I
were
got up,
very corrupt government officials.
I want you to listen to me for a
And
second. When I got up this morning,
under the Pillar
when I got up this
administration,
morning,
there was some
I gave
corrupt
my
PRP
wife
officials.
instructions. I said to her, "There's only one thing I want you to do for me today. Go into that box and find me the 1984 Commission of Inquiry." And she wanted to know why I was so interested in it. I told her my spiritual advisor is being misled by the F&M, and they had him pushing the wrong information. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. To the F&M, stop undermining the legitimacy of what I'm saying. Other than that, I'm gonna attack. God save the King. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. I'm certain you would have taken note of all the talks about the investigation in corruption involving the Royal Bahamas Police Force and some voice notes emanating out of the United States by one of my people, them. Well, the minister responsible for national security, as we all are aware, is Wayne Monroe, and Mr. Monroe has pointed out that agents of the United Kingdom and the USA were expected to have arrived here in the Bahamas to look at how the police investigation is advancing and progressing so as to bring comfort to the hearts of many of the people them who needs some foreign overseer over the investigation. So we have reason to believe that at least 2 sets of law enforcement representatives from the United States of America and the United Kingdom are here overlooking. I would hope that Mr. Monroe would recall that the last time Scotland Yard was here, they were robbed on East Street. So I would think that it would be very important to make sure that I'm certain that the police will do so, but make sure that they get adequate security. Scotland Yard is very cultured. I'm certain that they would not have put up a defense. But the American police, they don't mess around. Okay? So I want the American police to have the best security because the American police, they specialize in shooting, and we don't want that to happen in the country. So I thought I would tell that to you in view of the fact that there's this big talk, and you would recall that I had pointed out that the former Prime Minister, that's Dr. Hubert Minnis, has been pushing for a Blue Ribbon Royal Commission. Did I ever show the bank that was robbed? Maybe we'll show the bank tomorrow because I want to develop these robberies because one of our people, that's the FNM, he participated in one of the big robberies and he has emerged in our party as a hero. So I would like to show the torchbearers how in the party you can be a robber and you can emerge as a candidate and a hero of the party. So there's some little investigation, and that is why I'm saying to Dr. Minnis, because I'm certain he's going to incite me to do it. And that's why I'm saying to Dr. Minnis, he's going to have to make up his mind what he is doing, because we, that's us in the FNM, we have a number of sins. We are the first party to commit murder. So I'm going to turn the show over to my spiritual advisor.
Yeah, man, you run on all this.
My spiritual advisor? What you mean I'm running on?
All this
What
nonsense,
you
man.
mean? After what you did to me on Friday,
It's amazing.
I sat here and watched you and the FNM as they gave you misinformation, and I said nothing.
Let's give the people their time.
You heard what I said? Now I want you to deny what I just said.
You know who's Robert Vesco?
Did the FNM give you the propaganda?
who's Robert
I want the
Vesco?
PLP to understand what I'm up against.
Who's Robert Vesco's son?
When I'm on the show,
Do you know who Robert
the
Vesco
FNM,
was?
I never met him.
Have you ever heard about
I
him?
never met him.
Do you know he?
Ask
do you know-
Tommy. Ask Tommy Turnquest.
Do you know he was in the Bahamas?
Ask
for a
Tommy
while?
Turnquest who is Robert
Do you know the
Vesco.
PLP
It was
kicker?
Tommy Daddy who tried to spring him out of prison. So Robert Turnquest.
Yeah.
and his partner,
You know the PLP kicked him out of the
Eugene
country?
Depute. If you're in the government, you couldn't declare people.
Yeah.
But I just want to point out to the
And he went to Cuba
PLP.
to live for a while.
I want the PLP.
Do you know why he was here?
to provide me with political assistance, because while I am here, the FNM is giving the spiritual advisor misinformation. Deny it, and then open up the line.
323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. The lines are open. You can call us. We got 20 minutes to entertain some calls. So you can call us so we can engage, or you can engage just in conversation. The numbers are 323-7775, 698-0775, 698-0776. Why did Sir Lyndon Pinland call for a commission inquiry?
Ask the
into
FNM.
allegations of corruption
Ask the
in the
FNM.
government. Why did he call that?
Ask the FNM.
We don't have any history to tell us.
Ask the FNM. Go ahead. Ask that no good FNM who gave you all that lies on Friday. I older than this Negro. And he thinks he could trick me.
Sandra, why was the commission inquiry called?
Pending called the Commission of Inquiry as a
Because
result of allegation
allegations?
NBC made.
Right. And
Right.
what were those allegations?
Why don't you read the Commission of Inquiry?
That government officials were being paid by. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
323-7775.
Go ahead.
Corruption is something else, you know.
Yeah, that is true.
698-0775. And politicians should stay far from corruption, Sandra.
Listen to me. Sir Orville Turnquest became the Governor General.
698-0775, 698-0776.
What's Sir Orville came? He became the Governor General. And Sir Orville Turnquest and Eugene Depute attempted by law to spring Robert Wesco out of prison. And guess what? They were successful.
Yeah, he had $224 million.
All right.
Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
So Orville Turnquest became the Governor General.
Oh, sorry. Do us a favor, please. Call us. Let me just say this one more time. When you call the show, we know you're listening to us via radio or TV. Please turn your device down. Just listen to us when you call in, okay? So we don't get that feedback in the background. So let's do this again.
Spiritual advisor.
Yes, turn your radio down for us, please, ma'am. Call us, please. Turn your radios down. Turn your televisions down. Please, 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 when you call in.
I turn it
Please.
down. Yes, right. Yes, absolutely.
Next caller, please. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Yes, good to hear you guys doing.
We're doing well, thank you.
All right, great. Listen, I just thought you all know that Scotland Yard has been under some scrutiny just of recent.
Yes, yes.
Some corruption.
They go out, yes.
They haven't done
Absolutely.
going on within themselves. So I'm just saying, you know? I'm just saying.
Yeah, but not the whole,
And
force is not corrupt.
who is investigating them?
But okay, you better set off over there. What you say, Mr. Webster?
What we did?
You need to set off for these to investigate them.
I quite agree with you. Yeah.
As long as you have the human factor involved, you'll always have corruption. It is what it is. But, you know, the police force and the other government
My
officials
spiritual
are
advisor,
held to a
there
certain
is no
standard.
evidence that the police force, all right? You may have had allegation against one or two police
I'm not
officers.
talking about this particular case.
Yeah, but
we have
don't-
had cases
yeah,
in the
but
past where the
don't
police
do that.
may have been involved
Don't
in
do
corruption.
that.
Don't do what?
I'm an FNM. Listen to me for a second.
As
I'm an
long as you
FNM,
have the
and I'm
human-
attempting to protect policemen who are FNMs.
Sandra, as long as you have the human factor involved, you'll have corruption. It is what it is. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live. Sorry, we don't need calls. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. I see no reason why we can have a commission inquiry on this matter.
Give a
know,
logistic
to bring-
reason for a commission of
you
inquiry.
want to air out the facts.
You want to prosecute.
You see what I'm saying?
You cannot prosecute if you bring me before the commission and I am honest.
Okay. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Goodness me.
Go ahead, call you live. Hello?
Hello.
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, I want to say congratulations to Chardonnay Thompson.
Okay.
She passed 8 BJCs. She took 8 and passed all 8.
That's powerful.
Oh, congratulations. All the best.
That is very powerful.
She's brilliant.
Is she in a government school?
Yes, she got 5 A's and 3 B's.
Wow.
Is she in a government school?
No, she's in Princeville.
Oh, the Baptists
private
have
school.
always done very, very well. Tell her we are proud of her and she must continue to do
Congratulations.
good.
And it's coming from the crew in Garden Hills.
Yes, ma'am.
This is powerful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes, how are you?
You're doing well. Thank you.
Okay. My first time calling.
Your first time calling?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Freedom March, sir.
All right. I go and that's what you want. I mean, I go to what you want. The standard is a
What do you say?
Sorry. Your call is breaking up. We can hardly hear you. What? You on a cell phone?
I'm on the line now.
Sorry?
Okay. I trying to. You can hear me now?
Yes. Go ahead.
All right. The standard piece of fully up and M now.
I've always been an F&M, but I confessed it that I voted PLP. But I'm an F&M. I couldn't support Dr. Minnis because he lied to me. He deceived me. You got me?
Yeah, you look so nice in this red. You look so nice in this red.
I'm supporting.
I'm glad to see you as a good F&M.
Well, today I'm not an F&M. Today I am supporting Donald Trump. I'm very upset because the couriers have bought in my new Donald Trump outfit, and I thought they would have had it delivered to the studio by the time I reached so I could change. I have new Donald Trump attire because we have to win this election.
Who, Pintard? Who, Pintard after the end of the election?
No. Pintard ain't in this. We're talking about the United States.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you look so good in that. Thank you, Mr. Rodney.
I thank you, my
Thank you,
brother.
caller. Take care. All right, 323-7775 is the number to call, 698-0775 and 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hello?
Good afternoon, caller. You're live.
Good day. How you doing?
Doing well, so thank you.
So, I call in for some help, please.
Okay, go ahead. What help do you
Are you
need?
guys getting feedback? I'm getting feedback on my end.
Why don't you turn your radio down or your
I have
television?
the radio off. Everything is off.
Okay, good. All right, so what do you need, sir?
Okay, yes, sir. My mom is possibly one of the women's cells, right? She
Yes.
is from Freeport.
Yes.
My father is an Arthurian and singing for the. She's a not Queen's Counsel. Sorry about that. But let
Okay.
me get straight to the point.
Get to the point.
Yeah. The Grand Bahamians are resilient people. I'm a Nathubian.
Okay.
My father was a Nathubian.
Okay.
Met my mom and moved all us to Freeport.
Okay.
All right, all us from the same family. She been a loyal supporter of the PLP,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Besides that, a native Ghanaian.
Okay.
But she went to social services. Our house got synced in the Dorian
Okay.
and Lukaya area
Okay.
in Grand Bahama, right? We got minimal help from the government with all the talk they were talking about on the radio.
Okay.
And I watched my mom struggle and put her house back together.
What constituency your mother lives in?
I think it would be Marco City.
Marco City. Okay.
Yes,
Why don't you
yes.
do me a favor so that we don't say your mother's name openly? I'm going to have my
Yeah.
producer speak to you. You give
Oh.
him your mother's name and a reliable number.
Contact.
Yes, sir.
and
And let me just, and we met too. My mom came, she was going on a flight, the early morning flight,
Yes.
and we came to Burger King. if you could remember well, I know you're a celebrity,
At Burger King?
so you meet, not Burger King, McDonald's.
McDonald's.
That's
McDonald's.
a long time because they kicked me.
That's a son on his mom. He
Okay.
came and met you,
Okay,
and she took a picture with you.
okay.
Yeah, because she is a fan of yours.
Do me a
That's it.
favor, give my producer your mother's name and your name and a reliable number, and
I will.
I will
Now,
start off.
Can I tell the problem that we have on air?
Go ahead, you may.
Yes. She's an elderly lady,
Yes.
almost 80 years of age,
Okay,
and she was became redundant from Lucayan Beach,
Yes.
from when Lucaya built,
yes,
and then she was also a supervisor at Lucaya Marina before Lucayan Beach.
yes,
But now here it is, she's working in the marketplace in Port Lucaya,
yes,
and when there's no tourists walking around or sell or buying anything.
okay,
My mom and my dad worked hard to build one nice.
hello?
One nice. Oh, we lost.
Did you get his number, Mr. Producer?
No, we lost that call. Caller, you have to call us back, okay? We're sorry we lost connection. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Caller, you there?
Yeah, are you on?
Yes, you're live, caller. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Manco,
Sir,
Mr. Rowell,
Good afternoon.
to your producer.
Yes.
Mr. Manco,
sir,
Sandlin's food is better than the hospital and the prison put together.
okay,
Number one.
It is?
Yes, sir.
How do you know?
I been there, I work there.
Okay, so the food is good.
Sandlin's got the best food.
Now, why is that?
Sandlin's food could match with doctor's food.
Are you sure about that?
Anyhow,
Go ahead.
I will not get that.
Okay, no problem.
Mr. Manco,
sir,
one of the reasons I think nothing came out of the Commission of Inquiry in '84 was high-ranking PLP officials and supporters of the government refused to answer certain questions. And Philip Bell in particular keeps saying, I can't recall.
Philip Beryl never appeared before the 1984 Commission of Inquiry. You are confused.
Say that again?
Philip
that again?
Beryl, listen to me again, Negro. The Honorable Philip Beryl never appeared before the 1984 Commission of Inquiry.
Check the record.
How many Commission of Inquiry then did he appear before?
I only talking about the '84.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, he appeared before Hubert Ingram Commission of Inquiry.
All right, we're gonna argue with that. Let's move on.
So the point I want to make is, hold on a second. And so the point I want to make to you is, he was not before that Commission of Inquiry. And I'll tell you a secret that no PLP knows and no FNM knows, save me. As long as Hubert Ingram is Prime Minister, no Commissioner of Police, no police officer, no judge, no prosecutor will prosecute him. You take that on your Negro backside. That same man in Eleuthera named Bra, as long as Hubert Ingram lives, Philip Brave Davis couldn't prosecute him, and he's Prime Minister. I tell you a mystery that many Negroes are not aware of, but I am.
Go ahead, caller. You can continue.
4. That Carlos Joe Leader was involved in cocaine and marijuana.
That is true.
Okay. In fact, he was responsible for introducing the Colombian gold.
To the Bahamas.
And the member of parliament for Centerville, Jomo Campbell, told the House on immediate response that marijuana used to be a dangerous drug, but it ain't dangerous no more. Well, if marijuana was dangerous before, then it's still dangerous now. And I am disappointed with leaders like Dr. Simeon Hall and Dr. Dave Burrows, who, in my opinion, is half stepping on their position or their view.
Well, I think
concerning the legalizing of-
no. I think you're being unfair with Simeon Hall. Simeon Hall told.
If you listen to him on the radio,
Just hold on for a second. Simeon Hall told the media that he has problems with his kidney. Simeon Hall has suggested that either smoking dope, that's marijuana, or taking it could heal his kidney. If that is true, I'm prepared to go to the Minister of Health and pay for Simeon Hall dope.
Samantha, you talk about his health, his personal health.
Yeah.
I am talking about where he stand on the issue, whether he against it or for it.
I'm with you on that. Remember,
Okay. Either
Dr. Menace
for it
secret.
or he against it.
No. I'm with you on that one because don't forget, Dr. Menace had secretly appointed him to the Dope Commission when he was in charge.
Right.
Yeah.
And there should be no compromise.
Well, do you know Simeon very well?
I know Simeon before you.
Well,
Let me get a
then,
story with Simeon Hall.
you know which alley he
Simeon
from?
Hall was a rebel. And his brother, Prince,
Hold
was
on
a
a second.
Christian.
Hold on a second. But Jesus, he was like Saul, but Jesus saved him.
Well, and Simeon Hall is a Christian.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I got your point.
I live.
Where you
Simeon
live?
Hall always talk about Chokneck Alley.
Which alley you
Simeon-
live through?
Simeon Hall never used to let you sit Chokneck Alley. Simeon Hall used to let you Woods Alley.
Well, what's the difference between Woods Alley and Chokeneck Alley?
It's just two corners close together.
Okay.
But he did say he grew up in the area near Chokeneck Alley, so he was right when he said
No,
that.
he said he grew up through Chokneck Alley.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Don't cover up.
Okay, we thank you so much, caller. We appreciate your contribution, okay? You take care now. Goodbye. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening to both of you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm calling in to congratulate my granddaughter, Alfred Nico McKinsey,
Yes.
on passing 6 BJCs with A's and B's.
Wow. What
She's
school?
sorry she didn't take some more.
What
Wow.
school did she
She
go
only
to?
took 6 and she's passed all 6.
What school?
This is Aquinas College.
Okay,
This is
private school.
powerful.
Congratulations to her, okay?
Tell her
Okay, thank
we
you.
send our love.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
And
All
thank
right.
you.
Okay.
323-7775, 698-0775, 698-0776. Do you have any calls? Welcome to Freedom March, call. You're live. Turn your radio down for us, please, caller.
Hello?
You're live, caller.
Hello? Hello?
You need to turn your radio down, caller, so you can listen to
Hello?
that. Oh.
I'm calling concerning... Hello, good afternoon. I'm
Good-
calling concerning the previous conversation they had about...
Now, you have to turn your radios down for us, please, caller. You know, because you're trying to listen to your radio and listen to us at the same time. We're so sorry. Maybe you'll have to call us tomorrow.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Talk.
Hello?
Talk.
Hello?
Talk.
Hello, I'm calling concerning the previous conversation you all had. Brother Micah,
Y-
tell me
yes.
back. You know wrong is wrong and right is right.
Okay.
He that comes to equity come with clean hands. Now, some of the PLP is wrong. Some of the PLP wrong. Some of the F&M wrong. He that come to equity come with clean hands.
That is true.
So do not just lambaste one set of people. Go with all the wrong, Brother Micah. And you know who I am.
Listen, you are today. I declare that you are saved. I thank you for that. And if you have any of them plastic bottle,
Turn this up.
if you have any of them plastic bottle, drop some on my porch because I have to send some water to Harbor Island. You take good care.
Thank you so much, caller. We're
This
coming
is
down to the
powerful.
show. That's it. We can't take any more calls
Yeah.
today, Sandra. We got about a minute left.
Well, it's a wonderful day, my spiritual
Indeed.
advisor. Yeah.
Commission of Inquiry.
Well, folks, we are coming to the end of the day. My spiritual advisor has been misled by the FNM. I hope he would read the 1984 Commission of Inquiry, because last Friday, as he was running his game, I decided if he wanted to sing for his supper, I'll let him get away with it, but today I would expose him. But as we come to the conclusion of the show, I want to take you to the United States of America, where our brother Donald Trump is waging a powerful campaign. And I call on the Negro people of the Bahamas to love Brother Trump and to use prayer and every other influence to get Trump to win, so that we can make America great again. We have to watch this election, because Trump say in America they cheated him. All right? We must make America great. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. God save Donald Trump. Do well, everybody. Pray for Trump.